Greetings, softball fans, and welcome to this special presentation of Henley Softball on MyBasin.com and 104.3 and 960 Sports. This afternoon, the Henley Hornets are at home, and they are taking on a Skyline Conference opponent in the North Valley Knights. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge, coming to you live from Henley High School. So glad to be with you on this afternoon. There looks to be blue skies everywhere around us. Maybe sun starting to set a little bit. About 58 degrees right now. We should dip under 55 as the game goes on this afternoon. Beautiful day for softball. We couldn't have wished for a better one, especially after last week. And teams able to get these games in now. The North Valley Knights made it over the pass. The 1-16 North Valley Knights visiting the 6-10 Henley Hornets. Now Henley is 6-0 in conference play. The North Valley Knights are 0-6 in conference play. They are still looking for that ever elusive first league win, and they're trying to get it against a Henley Hornets team that's been hot as of late. They have won 6 of their last 7, just that one loss to Crater earlier this week on Monday. We'll talk about that game. We'll take a look at the schedules and the standings in the Skyline Conference as we have them thus far. Also getting ready for starting lineups and first pitch coming up on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And welcome you back to softball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on MyBasin.com. Getting ready for this matchup between the hometown Henley Hornets and the visiting North Valley Knights. Henley enters play today 6-0 in league play. They are 6-10 overall on the season. North Valley 1-16 on the year, 0-6 in conference play. We take just a brief look now at the Skyline Conference standings and paints a very interesting picture. You've got 3 teams who are undefeated, and you've got 3 teams who are completely winless. Mazama, Phoenix, and Henley, each 6-0 each, and a share at first place in the Skyline Conference. Then you've got Hidden Valley, Klamath Union, and North Valley rounding out the list. And you get that order from the overall records for the schools. We can just go down. Mazama's 10-5 overall, Phoenix 8-7 overall, Henley's 6-10, Hidden Valley is 3-10, Klamath Union is 2-9, and again, these North Valley Knights are 1-16. By all accounts, one of the bottom teams in the 4A when it comes down to it. They have the worst run differential in the state. Right now, they are sitting at -212. The second closest team to them is Newport at -126. If you're curious about Henley, it is -3. So they've come close to evening that up after starting the season slow. But you look at this team, and it's a team that I think Henley expects to win this game. They expect excellence from their team, Coach Stock and his assistants. I know that they do, and that's what they expect to put forth here today. Before we take one more break and get ready for starting lineups and first pitch, I will say there are 2 other Skyline Conference games going on this afternoon that we'll try our best to keep you updated on the scores. Mazama is visiting Phoenix today, and Hidden Valley plays Klamath Union. So you look at those 2 games, and, well, in the Mazama-Phoenix game, one of the teams that's undefeated right now will have a loss by the end of the day because Mazama and Phoenix both undefeated in league play. Same thing you could say for Hidden Valley and Klamath Union. Both of those teams winless, looking for their first win this afternoon. Getting ready for first pitch here in just a bit. We'll get you your starting lineups as we step away. When we come back, it'll be time for softball on 104.3 and 960 Sports. On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we welcome you back on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by John Bowers Construction as we are getting ready for the first pitch today into the batter's box, and leading off for North Valley is Caitlin Sutton as she fires in. Annie Campos fires in ball 1 on the outside part of the plate, and we are ready to go this afternoon from Henley High School. The second pitch on its way to Sutton is looked at inside for ball 2. The starting lineup for North Valley goes like this. Leading off at second base is Caitlin Sutton. Batting second in right field is Liliana Maxfield. Campos misses. Oh, that one finds the zone. Count now 2-1 to Sutton. Haley Allison bats third for the Knights and is pitching today. Jersey Malcolm is the designated player. She hits cleanup as that pitch is fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see. Haley Burton is at shortstop, batting 5th. Hitting 6th is Paige Hansen. Batting 7th is Sarian Smith-Rowe. She is the catcher. Hitting 8th and in center field is Jalen Harden. And Shaylin Godfrey, the left fielder, rounds out the North Valley order. That one is hit on the ground just in front of the circle, will end up being foul. And so we'll do it all again. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Annie Campos is in the circle for the Hornets today. He's been their ace pitcher this season, and in league play has been about as close to lights out as you could be. A big swing and a miss there against Sutton. Gets her on strikes, and down goes Caitlin Sutton for the first out in this ball game. Liliana Maxfield steps in, the defensive starters for the Henley Hornets. Behind the dish, it is Fitzpatrick, Elizabeth Powell at third, and Jewel Northcutt at short. First pitch into Maxfield is low for a ball. At second base, it is Susie Nichols. And we'll get you the first base after this pitch. It is on the outside part of the plate for strike one. At first base for the Hornets is Anna Harper. As Campos comes forward with the 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. In the outfield for the Hornets, from left to right, it is Benson, Mick, and Moore. The pitch home is in the zone for strike two. The count now 2-2 to Liliana Maxfield. On deck, Haley Allison. Campos can rack up those strikeouts too. We know she can. She's back in the circle, gets ready to kick and deliver. Looks at that one wide, misses in the dirt as well. 3-2. About 58 degrees here at first pitch. The wind blowing pretty much directly out to center field. So might see some balls catch the wind stream and carry on out of here today as this game moves on. The full count pitch home to Maxfield. She checks her swing, but it is low, and she gets on base with a walk, and that brings up Haley Allison. First walk issued by Campos today. Not one for the free passes generally. You like to have to earn it against Campos, but Maxfield's on first, and in steps Allison. Allison, the starting pitcher for the Knights, looking to help her own cause here as Campos gets ready with the pitch, misses high for ball one. Henley looking to secure league win number 7 on the season today if they're able to hold on against the 0-6 Knights as this game just gets started. The 1-0 on its way to Maxfield. A ground ball foul down the first base line makes it 1-1. Henley is 6-10 on the season, meaning they have lost every single non-conference game this year, but they've won the ones that have counted, even after getting hot and winning those 6 straight games. As Maxfield lays down a bunt foul, a ball and 2 strikes. Even after getting hot and winning 6 straight, 3 against Hidden Valley, 3 against Klamath Union, they came out against Crater on Monday, did the Hornets. It was here at Henley High School, and Crater ended up beating them 8-2, so still tough to shake that, the fact that you haven't won a non-league game yet. Strike 3 call on the outside part to Allison, and that is the second out in the inning, brings up Jersey Malcolm. These Hornets are playoff bound like so many other iterations of this squad have been. You're going to have to start beating teams outside your conference, as the first pitch to Malcolm is going to miss high. Because again, you look at the Skyline Conference standings right now, it's very top heavy. Mazama, Phoenix, Henley. Expect Mazama to make the playoffs potentially, as they're ranked inside the top 10. The 1-0 home is going to find the outside part of the plate to Malcolm, who is a designated player, hitting for the first baseman in the North Valley order. That is Gasperson. That one is going to be fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Campos ahead here. Saw her warming up today, Annie, and she was throwing gas to Fitzpatrick warming up. So much so that Fitzpatrick had trouble grasping a few of them. She said, slow down. We're only warming up. Campos can definitely sling it. Back in the circle for the 1-2. The pitch is fouled back. Malcolm stays alive to see one more pitch. Runner on first is Maxfield. She got there via the walk earlier this inning. As Malcolm steps back in. Stares down Campos, awaiting the 1-2. Annie delivers, and it's a ground ball to second. Up with it is Susie Nichols. Throw on to first is in time for the third out. No runs, no hits, one runner left for North Valley as we go now to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And welcome you back to 104.3 and 960 Sports for today's Henley softball action. Getting ready now for the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Hornets is going to be Malia Mick, Elizabeth Powell, and Lily Fitzpatrick. As for the North Valley Knights, it'll be Allison in the circle. And again, after Fitzpatrick in the Henley order, Annie Campos bats fourth. Anna Harper, the first baseman, hits fifth. Maddie Moore in right field, batting sixth today for the Hornets. Alhana Benson in left. Jewel Northcutt at short. And Susie Nichols rounds out the Henley order at second base. And we are ready this afternoon at the bottom of the first inning as Malia Mick steps in. A North Valley outfield promptly takes a few steps back. Mick has got some pop in her bat. You might remember a 3-run blast a week ago today against Klamath Union. The first pitch from Allison is going to be outside for ball one. The second pitch on the way from Allison is going to miss high as well. Around the diamond for North Valley. Behind the dish is Smith Rowe. Hanson at third, Burton at short, Sutton at second. At first, it is Gasperson in the outfield from left to right. Godfrey, Hardin, and Maxfield as that pitch missed low as well. 3-0, the count to Mick. And now Allison having to find the strike zone. She will miss wide, getting things started this afternoon with a 4-pitch walk. Start things out to Mick. Elizabeth Powell steps in now. Powell starting at third base today for the Hornets. Trying to make something happen. Henley has recorded 82 straight conference wins. That's what we've been talking about today. The fact that they put it together when it matters. They've won their 6 conference games so far, even though they're 6-10. The pitch from Allison swung on and fouled down the third base line. No balls and a strike. As a matter of fact, through those 82 conference wins, you look back 83 games ago to try to find their first conference loss, actually came to a North Valley team. It was back on May 16th, 2015. And it was a 5-3 loss to North Valley. That was the last time the Henley Hornets have dropped a conference game. That is going on dang near 7 years. I mean, 6 seasons, but 7 years when you count in the lost year due to COVID in 2020. That is a solid stretch for the Hornets. Count a ball and a strike to Elizabeth Powell. Fires in a pitch that is lined down the third base line in fair territory as Mick goes straight to second. On board at first is Powell. And now runners at first and second for the Hornets as Lily Fitzpatrick steps in. Nobody out, runners at first and second. The catcher Fitzpatrick due up for the Hornets. Just looking to put a ball in play. The North Valley outfield still playing fairly far back. Each corner's playing in the middle cheating for the double play. The pitch showing bunt is going to be Fitzpatrick. She pulls back, and it is a called ball one. One and 0 the count to Fitzpatrick. Campos is on deck. And the pitch now swung on, grounded down to third base. Hansen is up with this. She touches on her own bag for one, and that'll be all she said for North Valley. As now with one out and runners on first and second, Annie Campos comes to the plate. As Fitzpatrick reached on a fielder's choice, Powell moves to second. Campos steps in. You know, I've talked about these North Valley teams that beat Henley 7 seasons ago. That year, North Valley made the playoffs, and they lost in the first round of that series. They missed the playoffs for a couple of seasons, made some play-in rounds, but it's curious when you look at the history of these North Valley Knights. In 2019 was one of the more recent seasons we can look at. 13-12 overall. That's what North Valley did in 2019. We went 9-6. Now in 2020, obviously, there was no season. So in 2021, last year, the Knights win 1-15. So you have to wonder, in these last couple of years, where the Knights went, because they'd been solid in the Skyline Conference for so long. A conference that had been producing good teams. You know, Hidden Valley was a 500 ball club for a while. Again, this North Valley team was too. Henley and Mazama were each winning, but you had to still get through a pretty tough schedule. And now some of these teams not as tough as they might have been 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, but still a test to be certain. As the count 2 balls and no strikes to Campos. Runners on first and second. The pitch to Annie is swung on and hit into left field. That'll be foul. And pardon me, that was right field foul. As it'll be 2 balls and a strike now to Annie Campos on deck. Anna Harper for the Hornets. Lost to Ontario a couple of seasons in the play-in game, did the North Valley Knights. As this is a ground ball up the middle into center field. They're sending Powell to score, and she will. The Henley Hornets take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. They strike first against the North Valley Knights. Still runners at first and second. Still one away. Credit Campos with the RBI single. Fitzpatrick to second. Powell scored on the play, and that brings in Anna Harper, the starting first baseman today for the Hornets, with one away in the bottom of the first, and Henley leads 1-0. Stepping in, getting ready to go is Anna Harper, the power-hitting first baseman, and it looks like there was some kind of maybe substitution. Our umpiring crew, Tim Murphy behind the plate, Robert Scotton on the base paths today, courtesy of the Klamath Falls Umpire Association. Anna Harper watches the first pitch miss inside. 1-0. Baseball playing right behind us at Rosser Field. The Hornets hosting the Knights today. We'll get you updated on that game as our broadcast continues today. Henley looking to continue their success in Skyline Conference play when it comes to baseball, as Anna Harper watches strike one there. A ball and a strike now to Harper. Henley baseball had a good weekend against Klamath Union. That pitch misses high to Harper. And so did this Henley softball team. They had a fantastic weekend against Klamath Union on Saturday, the doubleheader, beating the Pelicans 15-0 in the first game, and then 21-0 in the second game. This team can put up runs as a swing and a miss, but a pass ball allows Annie Campos to move to second and Fitzpatrick to third, as now there are 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 away for Anna Harper. The count to her, 2 balls and 2 strikes, as that was a swing and a miss on the pass ball. As Allison kicks and delivers, ground ball to short. Burton is up with it. It eats her up, and that one's going to get into left field. 1 run scores. It's Fitzpatrick, and Campos over to third puts runners at the corners with still 1 away. A run scored, making it 2-0. Put that in the books as an E6. And in steps Maddie Moore, the right fielder for Henley. On deck, Alhana Benson. Again, more bats with runners at the corners and 1 out. At first, it's Harper. At third, it's Campos. And the pitch, a bunt from Moore, will end up going foul. 0-1. A lot going on here at Henley High School. You know, later on next month, they've got that golf tournament that'll be benefiting the football team. Details about that are available on our website, mybasin.com. The 0-1 will be grounded foul. Of course, high school graduation around the corner for plenty of Basin schools as well. An important time for graduating seniors. You're worried about finishing classes strong. You're worried about applying for scholarships, and in some cases, finishing out your sports season strong can definitely be a stressful time to high school athletes. An 0-2 count to Maddie Moore. And Allison kicks and delivers. That one is, I believe it hit her, was the call. So is that what happened? And it is. Maddie Moore got hit by the pitch. I think she was confused on whether or not she got hit, but she did. So that will load the bases. Harper to second. Campos still at third. Maddie Moore is now aboard at first, and Alhana Benson steps in. As I talk about high school seniors, this Henley Hornets team has got 4 of them. Still got quite the season left to finish as that pitch goes in the dirt. Breaking for home, and safe is Annie Campos. Harper to third. Maddie Moore to second. And I think that pitch must have hit Benson, as she is now aboard at first. So a run comes in. The score now, well, let's see. They didn't put a run on the board. Jewel Northcutt is in. A ball and a strike. As Allison gets ready to go. Still trying to do the math about what exactly happened. So Alhana Benson, yes. So Harper is at third, Moore is at second, Benson is at first. Got it all right. And Northcutt is at the plate. Was just confused there for a quick second. That one's going to be hit. A ground ball over to first. They throw home, and Smith won't be able to stretch out and make the catch, as there's a throwing error from Gasperson at first base. Scores a run there. It is now 4-0, and that's what I was waiting for, the other run to score. Another error in the inning for North Valley on the E3, and Benson to second, Moore to third. Northcutt at first as Harper came around to score to make it a 4-0 ball game. And now the ninth hitter this inning, Susie Nichols, bats still with just one away in a 4-0 ball game. The pitch to Nichols, she watches that one. A good pitch from Allison in there for strike one. Notice that her pitches have been hit so far, but she's got some nice movement on that pitch. It kind of goes in there and drops down on the hammer on Nichols as she was frozen there. But now the 0-1 to Nichols. That one is going to just miss outside. Another pitch that had quite a bit of good movement for Allison. Sure, she was wishing she could possibly be out of this inning by now. Bases still loaded and one out for Nichols. The pitch, that one misses high and in. Nichols had to duck to get out of the way of that one. 2 balls and a strike now to Susie, who is getting the first time I've seen her start. Same for Jewel Northcutt for Henley. Seen her run the bases plenty as she kind of comes in as a pinch runner from time to time. A big swing and a miss there for Nichols, 2-2. Saw her get a couple at-bats a week ago today against Klamath Union, where she went 0 for 1. 2-2 is swung on and missed, but it's in the dirt, and strike 3. No drop third strike rule with the bases loaded. And now back to the top of the order for Malia Mick. She walked and was out on the base paths her first time through. She got cut down trying to advance to third on a ground ball. Now her second at-bat here with the bases juiced. We'll see what the top of the Henley order can do and see if they can prolong this rally. The pitch to Mick is hit. Ground ball back up the middle. Up with it is Sutton. The throw on to first. Not in time, and it goes down the line. One more run is going to score as Benson comes in. 2 more runs score on the play, and Henley now leads 6-0. Runners at the corners bring up Elizabeth Powell. Northcutt standing at third. At first, it is Mick. That is swung on and hit down the third baseline. Will be foul off the bat of Elizabeth Powell. It is 0-1 to the third baseman Powell. I brought up the seniors for Henley a little while ago. Elizabeth Powell is one of those seniors. Also Malia Mick. Beth Hamilton, who is listed on the roster but was injured with a basketball injury, and she's been ruled out for this season, but still, without a doubt, a part of this team is Beth Hamilton. The pitch on the way is lifted into center field. A line drive shot over the wall for Elizabeth Powell. A 3-run homer puts the Hornets up 9-0. Elizabeth Powell hitting it straight away to dead center field, and with this wind blowing straight out, that one caught the wind stream and rode it all the way out of the ballpark. And in steps Lily Fitzpatrick with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, a game in which Henley leads 9-0. And we're going to have a pitching change for North Valley. When we get the substitutions for you, we'll let you know. As we step aside, Henley leads 9-0 in the bottom of the first. 104.3 and 960 Sports with video on mybasin.com.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com. We enter this ball game in the bottom of the first inning with 2 outs as Jersey Malcolm has come in to pitch for North Valley. Comes in relief as a line drive to the shortstop. Burton hits the ground. The throw on to first is in time, so Burton successfully recovers there as Jersey Malcolm throws 1 pitch and gets out of the inning. We'll let you know all the changes that we saw when we come back, as it's 1 pitch and we are taking another break, headed to the top of the second with Henley leading 9-0 on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Trying to lose weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
And we're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com. The Henley Hornets softball team leading North Valley after 1, 9-0. As a matter of fact, as Campos gets ready to face Haley Burton, a new pitcher already in the game for North Valley on the other side, as Campos fires in strike 1. As Haley Allison started the game for North Valley, pitched 2/3 of an inning. And for her, these 9 runs came across the board. And let's see, just 3 of them earned against her. She did strike out 1, gave up 4 base hits, but there were also 3 errors in that inning, allowing runners to move around the base paths and score on different kinds of plays and ground balls and all sorts. So Henley leads 9-0. Annie Campos falls behind Burton, 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Paige Hansen and Sarian Smith-Rowe. As Campos gets ready to deliver, that pitch missed wide, 3-1. And Annie Campos finds herself with a 9-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. A chance to just go at some of these North Valley hitters. The 3-1 is going to be swung on and fouled down the left field line. Runs the count full, 3-2. Campos so far has struck out 2 and walked 1 as she faces the 5th batter in the order, Burton. Getting ready for the full count pitch is Campos. Henley today in their navy blue uniforms with yellow trim and pinstripes on the gray pants. It has a line drive into the Henley dugout. Duck for cover. Some of the coaches having to dive behind the bench there. North Valley this afternoon in their gray pants and gray jerseys with red maroon sleeves and Knights written across the front in yellow lettering with red trim around it. Still a full count to Haley Burton. The pitch from Campos is going to miss high. Burton is aboard with a walk, and that will bring up Paige Hansen. Second walk surrendered by Campos today, just a sophomore. Plenty of time to improve for Annie. Was an all-conference basketball player as well. He asked around the league. Heard a couple of coaches say this for basketball, that she might be the best player in the league, and she's only a sophomore, so she gets better. She'll be improving across the board as she fires in strike 1 to Hansen. That's not to say that she definitely has to only play basketball. She's an outstanding softball pitcher as well and can definitely swing the stick too. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled back to Hansen. And she throws just about as hard as I've seen some of the pitchers throw that the teams play. You know, Oregon Tech in the Cascade Collegiate Conference is. Looks like we've got a meeting out there, and Coach Stock, I think, wants to have a conversation with our home plate umpire. Perfect time to remind you that this game is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. Come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. They've got 3 locations in the Basin, 2 here in Klamath on South 6th Street and in Merrill. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. Also a location on Washburn Way as that pitch is fouled back. Count is still 0-2 to Paige Hansen. And Campos ready to go again. On deck is Smith Rowe. Campos ready to deliver. That pitch misses in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. This is game 1 of a 3-game set between these two schools. Games 2 and 3 will be played Saturday afternoon at North Valley High School. Mentioned we've got baseball going on right behind us. By the way, Henley leads 2-0 early in that one. The baseball game being played at a different location at the old sports park as Paige Henson goes down looking at strike 3. Another K in the books for Annie Campos. And that brings up Smith Rowe. Yeah, unsure why North Valley Baseball has been playing their home games at the All Sports Park. But fine venue for those of you Hornets fans who want to come out and support the team or this softball squad at North Valley. They're going to be on Saturday as the first pitch is fouled back into the glove of Fitzpatrick for strike 1. Pitch missed inside. Ball and a strike. It's always been interesting to me as you drive up to North Valley High School. And you've noticed this if you've maybe driven over to Hidden Valley High School or Illinois Valley High School, but they all look practically identical as the 1-1 pitch is going to be looked at for strike 2 to Smith Rowe. That's because they've all obviously taken off the same design, those 3 schools in the Grants Pass area, 2 of them in the Skyline Conference. So, sure, you made plenty of trips over there. I know I have myself. Ball and 2 strikes will miss low. 2-2. Myself was a graduate of Hidden Valley High School in 18, so I spent many a time in that hall and at North Valley High School. First time I ever saw that, I thought I was in the Upside Down or the Twilight Zone. It was interesting walking through that place as that pitch finds the outside part of the plate to Smith Rowe. Strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Annie Campos. Brings in Jalen Harden. Coming from Merlin, Oregon are these North Valley Knights, a small town just north of Grants Pass. Pitch comes inside and misses to Harden, 1-0. Runner on first, still with 2 outs, is Haley Burton. Started out this inning with a walk. She still finds herself at first. The 1-0 home from Campos will miss wide, 2-0 to Harden, the 8th batter in the North Valley order. Campos ready to deliver again. That's a ground ball foul. 2-1. The count now to Harden. Campos back in the circle. Delivers again. That one fouled back. Evens the count at 2. Good opportunity for Campos to try to set him down after walking the first batter. Already got 4 strikeouts in today's game. And looking for number 5 here. She re-enters the circle. Campos takes command of the pitching rubber as Harden steps in. The pitch on the way from Annie Campos is swung on and missed, and Annie Campos got her swinging. And 3 strikeouts in the inning for Annie ends it as just 1 runner left on base for North Valley. No runs, no hits. They trail the Henley Hornets 9-0 on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HDO on mybasin.com.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com. 4-5-6 in the Henley order due up here in the bottom of the second inning. They lead 9-0 over North Valley. It'll be Annie Campos, Anna Harper, excuse me, and Maddie Moore. First pitch to Campos will bounce to the plate from Jersey Malcolm. Malcolm coming in relief of Haley Allison, who pitched 2/3 of an innings. Gave up these 9 runs, but 4 of them earned. And in the process, 4 base hits, a strikeout, and a few walks as well for Allison as she was yanked with 2 outs in the first inning as Malcolm misses there. 2-0 now the count to Campos. No defensive changes for the Knights as Malcolm was the designated player in the order, only traveling with 10 players today, our North Valley, as that pitch will miss low as well. 3-0 to Annie Campos, who singled her first time through. Credit her with an RBI earlier in the game. The pitch to Campos, that one finds the outside part of the plate. 3-0 now the count to Annie. As again, she's got an RBI on deck. Anna Harper, she's got one too. This Hornets order did some serious damage in the first, again, putting up 9 runs. The pitch to Campos skips to the plate. A walk, 5 pitches. Campos finds herself on first for Anna Harper. Harper reached on an error her first time through, came around to score, and a runner looks like it'll be coming out for Annie Campos. We'll get her name in just a second as runner on first, nobody out. And again, Anna Harper steps to the plate. The first pitch from Malcolm is hit into center field. Coming on is Harden. She puts that one away for the first out. And with that out, in steps Maddie Moore. Moore today was hit by a pitch in her first time through. That pitch high, but good job there by Smith Rowe to keep that one in front of her. Not let that one get off her glove and go to the backstop. Back in the circle is Malcolm. The pitch is going to be looked at high for ball 2. Henley last year made that incredible run of 18-1. A pitch that is flared into right field for a single. And will get down for Maddie Moore. Campos to second, and now it's Alhana Benson at the plate for Henley. One out in the inning. And Benson singled her first time through. Looking for a repeat of fortunes there as she awaits the first pitch from Malcolm. It's in there for strike one. Good hard fastball in the inside part of the dish from Malcolm. Benson again has an RBI in today's game, and one more waiting for her out at second. The pitch finds the outside part of the plate, 0-2. Now the count to the right-handed hitting left fielder, Benson. A great season last year, again, part of Henley's streak of 82 straight conference wins. A ground ball to third. Hansen touched on her own base for one, and that is all that North Valley will get. Benson on first, Moore at second, 2 away now in the inning. And in steps Jewel Northcutt. First pitch to Northcutt is in the dirt, blocked by Smith Rowe, 1-0. Can check the score of the baseball game. Henley leads 4-0 over North Valley there in the top of the second inning. Pitch missed high. 2-0. The count to Jewel Northcutt. She reached on an error her last time through and knocked in an RBI as well. And left-handed hitting Northcutt, one of the first few times I've seen her in the batting lineup. She's been a defensive starter all year long, but with the absence of Mick at short, she's had to move over from second to short. Susie Nichols has come into second base. And that was the starting lineup change for the Hornets today. So just a little bit different today. The 2-1 is going to be fouled. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 runners on for Jewel Northcutt in the second inning. And Henley dugout making it known. The 2-2 fouled off, will do it again. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count in the bottom of the second. Henley leads 9-0, all 9 of those runs coming back in the first. The 2-2 pitch home misses high to Northcutt. Count runs full. On deck is Susie Nichols, who we had just mentioned. And back in the circle now is Malcolm. Another good hard fastball. That one's going to be fouled off again. Count remains full. A nice turnout today here at Henley High School. I see maybe 4 or 5 North Valley parents out here. Glad they could make the trip safe and sound. And about a good 20, 30 softball fans out here today. A nice turnout. Full count pitch. It is grounded back towards first. Gasperson is going to bobble it. She realizes that breaking for home is Maddie Moore, and she scores. Score now 10-0. Benson to second. Northcutt reaches on an error for the second time today. Credited her with an RBI, and in comes Susie Nichols. Henley leads 10-0. Nichols struck out her first time through. The left-hander shows bunt, lays one down right in front of Malcolm. The throw on to first is in time, And that will end the inning. The Hornets push one run across on just one base hit. They do leave two stranded, and they lead 10-0 over the North Valley Knights as we head to the top of the third on 104.360 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. The Henley Hornets leading the North Valley Knights 10-0 as Shaylin Godfrey steps in for North Valley. It is 9-1-2 in the Knights' order against Annie Campos into her third inning of work for the Hornets. The pitch from Campos is swung on and missed for strike one. Annie with a 10-run lead. She can afford to go right after hitters, and so far today she has. A couple of walks, yes, but 5 strikeouts through 2 innings for Annie Campos. Already ahead of Godfrey, 0-1. The pitch is swung on and missed high, out of the zone probably for Godfrey. But an 0-2 count nonetheless for Campos. Annie ready to go again. The pitch is swung on and missed again. Another strikeout for Annie Campos. She's having herself an afternoon. 6 Ks already in the first 3 innings. That'll bring up Caitlin Sutton. Sutton is one of those 6 strikeout casualties. She struck out to start the game in the first. The first pitch to her here, she lays down bunt, but she does go around. 0-1 to Sutton. Liliana Maxfield is on deck. Campos toes the rubber. The North Valley dugout trying to get into things. Campos delivers, swung on and missed. 0-2. Campos breaking out a breaking pitch there. Has some dip to it towards the very end, but again, she's got good command of her fastball this afternoon. Already ahead in the count to Sutton. 0-2. The pitch, it is outside, called ball 1, 1-2. Henley outfield shaded a couple of steps in. The pitch to Sutton is swung on and missed, and Campos got him again. Another strikeout for Annie. Second out in the inning. And that brings up Liliana Maxfield. Campos has struck out 5 in a row. 7 on the game. And now delivers to Maxfield. It is looked at for ball 1. 1-0. Campos ready to deliver again. She's had strong command today. The 1-0 misses wide. 2-0. Close pitches, though. If you want to miss, you want to miss down, as it's a 2-0 count to Maxfield. The pitch, good block in the dirt by Fitzpatrick, as that one misses as well. 3-0. As I have mentioned, you do have those 7 strikeouts for Campos, but 2 walks, 1 in each of the first 2 innings. See if she breaks tradition here. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. It was, I think, play was on for Maxfield to maybe try to slap that one down the third base line as Henley infield playing a little bit in. That pitch finds the zone. Strike two, 3-2. Campos battling back in this at bat from down 3-0 to now run it full. Full count pitch to Maxfield. It is swung on and missed, and Campos strikes out the side. She has struck out the last 6 batters she has faced, and her team leads 10-0 as we head to the bottom of the third on 104.3 and 60 Sports. Video on mybasin.com.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. Henley leads the North Valley Knights 10-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Top of the Hornets order due up. It'll be Malia Mick, Elizabeth Powell, and Lily Fitzpatrick against Jersey Malcolm. The pitch is going to bounce 1-0. And I mentioned that the Hornets are missing Mick today, and you might be wondering, well, Malia Mick is at bat. Yeah, we're talking about her sister, Caroline Mick, the usual starting shortstop for the Hornets. As that pitch is lifted into left field, it is down up against the wall as Maxfield has to come up and grab that one. The throw to third is going to be wide and get to the backstop. A leadoff triple for Malia Mick. That gets the Hornets in business here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up Elizabeth Powell. Powell singled her first time through. She also had that 3-run home run earlier in the game. That was back in the first. She watches that one miss low there. 1-0 the count to Powell. She got a hold of that one, sent it on a frozen rope out to center field. Might have gotten 12 feet off the ground the whole way, it felt like. The 1-0 pitch to Powell is a ground ball. That'll get into left field as well, and a run will score as Mick crosses the plate, makes the score 11-0 on the RBI single from Elizabeth Powell. That is 4 RBIs for her today, and she is having herself a fine afternoon. Brings up Lily Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is 0 for 2 today. That pitch blocked by Smith Rowe. The throw down to second is going to end up in center field, so not in time. So now, runner at second, nobody out. It's Elizabeth Powell at second, and Fitzpatrick still at the dish. He can ground it out back in the first and reached on a fielder's choice. The 1-0 pitch home to her, misses high. Now 2-0 to Fitzpatrick, the catcher, working well with Annie Campos, the pitcher, who is next in the Henley order. Fitzpatrick and Campos have a strong rapport. Always walk by them. They have always both got big smiles on their face as Fitzpatrick launches that one, finds the outside part of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. It's a good thing to have a good relationship with your pitcher if you're a catcher. Know that one firsthand. The 2-1 Coming home to Fitzpatrick. A line drive finds its way into center field. Rounding third and headed for home is Powell, and she will score. 12-0 Henley. Breaking for second now is Fitzpatrick, and she's in there under the tag and safe. 11-0 Henley leads. Runner at second is Fitzpatrick after singling home the run and extending that to second base, and that brings up Annie Campos. Campos today singled in the first, walked in the second. She does have an RBI today. Starting on the mound, she has been incredible. She has got 8 strikeouts today on the mound. And she's looking to knock one home. Standing out there at second, it's Fitzpatrick. The first pitch goes to the backstop, and Fitzpatrick advancing to third on the play. And now Campos with a bit of a different situation. Now runner on third, just about anything will score Fitzpatrick. The count 1-0 to Campos. On deck, Anna Harper. And the pitch. Campos looks at that one, misses in, 2-0. Got a fly ball, a ground ball will score Fitzpatrick. Heads up base running twice from Lily Fitzpatrick. The pitch to Campos, ground ball to short. Burton is going to let that one go under her glove, and a run scores. Fitzpatrick is in. The score now 13-0. The Hornets lead. Campos reaches on the air, and a run in. 13-0, and the Hornets have control of the ball game as Anna Harper steps in. Harper today an RBI, reached on an error in the first, hit a line drive to center field in the second that was snagged by Harden. The first pitch to her is hit to second base, past the glove of Sutton into center field, underneath Harden's glove in center. Rounding second and headed for third is Campos, and she'll get in there standing. A single for Harper. Reaches second on the error. And Campos moves to third. Another base hit for the Hornets. 6 errors today for North Valley, and runners at second and third with nobody out for Maddie Moore. Moore getting ready to step in. Maddie today has been hit by a pitch and singled in the first 2 innings. Watches strike one there, 0-1. Hornets putting it together in this inning. Already 3 runs across. The 0-1 on the way is going to miss. 1-0. All 3 of these runs, well, I should say 2 of them are unearned against North Valley. The 1-1 on the way from from Malcolm to Moore is going to miss wide, 2-1. Alhana Benson on deck. Still nobody out in this inning, 13-0. Henley leads. Check the baseball score behind us. Henley baseball leads North Valley 4-0. A line drive gets down into center field for Moore. That'll score 1 as Campos comes in, making the score 14-0. Now runners at the corners. Still nobody out for Alhana Benson. Campos came in to score. Harper to third. Benson at the plate. 1 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. And a single in the first with an RBI for Benson. The right-handed hitting left fielder watches the first pitch in there for strike one. 0-1 the count to Benson. Henley has put together a couple of fine innings. 5 runs here, 9 in the first. 4 runs here and 9 in the first as it's a ground ball foul. 0-2 the count to Benson. Henley came into this game undefeated in conference play with a run differential of -3. It was something kind of curious. Now they have lost 10 games overall, have yet to get a non-conference win, but their conference wins have been convincing. Trying to hold on to this one here. The 0-2 pitch to Benson is outside, 1-2. Game not over by any stretch, as still plenty of time to play for North Valley. They trail now 15-0. No, 14. I had it right the first time. That's what I thought. Looked over at the scoreboard. It said 15, but now the correct score is 14-0. Henley leads. The count, a ball and 2 strikes to Alhana Benson. A ground ball to third. Up with it is Hansen. Throw on to first in time. And a run comes in to score as Harper crosses home. Makes the score 15-0. And now it'll be bases empty. For Jewel Northcutt. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Two away in the inning, and Jewel Northcutt has reached on an error twice. That pitch misses there. A ball and a strike to her. Trying to figure out where else I may have missed an out, unsure. Regardless, 2 outs in the inning. And Northcutt ready to go again. The pitch is going to miss high. 2-1. Henley softball up 15-0 on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Game 1 of a 3-game set between these two schools. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Jewel Northcutt. 2 RBI for her, by the way, in the 2 times she has reached on an error. An E6 and an E3 for her to this point. The 2-2 on its way, misses in the dirt, runs the count full, now 3-2 to Jewel Northcutt. Northcutt awaiting the full count pitch, swings and misses, and that will get North Valley out of this inning. The score is 15-0, and I think they're ready to go. We're going to the bottom half, the top half of the 4th. 15-0. Henley leads on 104.3 and 9 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome you back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. New pitcher for the Henley Hornets. It is Natalie Hudson getting the nod here in the top of the 4th inning, a game in which Henley leads 15-0 as Hudson warms up, Chance to close the book on the day for Annie Campos, and what a day it was for Annie. 3 innings pitched, no runs scored, didn't give up a single hit, and did walk 2. She struck out 8 today for Annie Campos. And bringing that up, I'll say it again, a little bit non-discreetly. Annie Campos exits the 3rd inning, having not given up a base hit. Natalie Hudson still set to face her first batter, if you're catching what I'm hinting at. Haley Allison to bat for North Valley. She struck out her first time through. We're in the top of the 4th of a 15-0 ball game. Henley scored 9 in the first, 1 in the second, and 5 more in the third. As the first pitch missed to Allison. She started the game for North Valley, pitched just 2/3 of an inning, gave up all 9 of those runs in the first inning that Henley scored. The 1-0 pitch finds the outside part of the plate, a ball and a strike. Hudson, just a freshman, as she fires in that pitch low, 2-1. Hudson pitched a week ago against Klamath Union. That was at Conger Park. The 2-1 misses outside, 3-1. Good opportunity for the freshman to get some reps with Henley up big. Again, 15-0. The game not over by any stretch, and I'm sure that's what both coaches are saying, but Henley in a fine position at this point in the ball game. That pitch will miss, be a walk, runner aboard for Jersey Malcolm now batting. That is the 3rd walk issued by a Henley pitcher today. And Jersey Malcolm, who grounded out her first time through, steps in 0 for 1. She's also been pitching for North Valley. She watches that one miss high, 1-0. So far today for Malcolm in the circle, she has given up 5 runs, just 2 of them earned. The pitch is a check swing, throw down to first. Could have been a wild one, but Harper is good at collecting that softball there. She's tall, long arms. She almost saved that one from going down the right field line. Either way, it is a 2-0 count to Jersey Malcolm. That'll be in there for a strike to Malcolm. 2-1 now. Started this game as the designated player. Finds herself in the circle now. Again, I mentioned North Valley only traveling with 10 players today. The pitch is low in the dirt, gets past Fitzpatrick, and Allison will advance to second on the passed ball. The count now 3-1 to Malcolm. First time a North Valley base runner has made it into scoring position today. The 3-1 misses for back-to-back walks for Natalie Hudson, and that brings up Haley Burton, who has walked today as well, and one plate appearance, but no official at-bat yet. As Natalie Hudson trying to find her way out of this jam that she has created for herself with back-to-back walks to start the inning. Fires in a high strike 1 to Burton, matching the walk total of Campos through her 3 innings of work. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. Might I add, a fine job from Lily Fitzpatrick to stay in front of that one. Hudson might have broken out a breaking pitch or something there. It ended up low in the dirt, and Fitzpatrick doing a great job of sticking in front of it. Can always respect the work of a good catcher. The 0-2 from Hudson misses high. 1-2 to Burton. Paige Hansen on deck for the North Valley Knights. Nobody out. Runner on first is Malcolm. At second, it's Allison. And that is a pop-up foul. Right over by the parents, I see a couple of folks in blankets. Must be nice to be all bundled up, although it's not a bad day at all. The clouds just about nowhere to be seen. The visibility is great. It's been a great afternoon so far, as the 1-2 pitch is going to miss inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Started out today at 58 degrees. It's about 57 degrees now, so not dropping too much, if at all. You never know with these phones what they're telling me. The 2-2 pitch misses wide. 3-2. Sometimes in the morning I'll check the weather on my phone. It says one thing. The weather on my computer says it's different. In the studio, it'll be different in the systems we use there. So 58 degrees, that's what we'll go with. The full count pitch misses high, and the bases are loaded now with nobody out. And that will bring up Haley Burton. Or pardon me, Paige Hansen. As that was Burton who just got the walk. Paige Hansen has 0 for 1 today, as there is a meeting on the mound as Coach Brian Stock comes out of the dugout. I think just trying to calm his freshmen down a bit. I'd like to remind you that if you want to stay in shape and be involved in a sport you love, you can earn a bit of money on the side. Become an athletic official. There is a severe shortage of officials, not just here in the Klamath Basin, but all over the state. We need you now more than ever. You can visit osaa.org/officials for more information on how to get registered. osaa.org/officials. Again, not just here in Klamath Falls. So if you're listening over in Grants Pass or watching on the video stream on mybasin.com, just know that we need you as well. This is a base hit in left field. 1 run is going to come across and score, and North Valley is on the board here in the top of the 4th inning. They now trail 15-1, and the first base hit of the day for the Knights goes to Paige Hansen. 1 RBI for her on the day as Allison scores. Malcolm to third, Burton to second, Hansen's on first, and Smith Rowe at the plate. First pitch to her is a strike, 0-1. Now Natalie Hudson with the 0-1. It is a ground ball foul, 0-2. Big at bat here for Hudson, the freshman. Well, it's a good practice. You know, you put yourself in a jam, now you have to work out a bases loaded with nobody out. The pitch is going to miss. Fitzpatrick blocks that one. But the count now 1-2 to Smith Rowe. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Smith Rowe. These North Valley Knights striking here in the 4th. Still trailed by 14, as that is strike 3 looking to Smith Rowe for the first out in the inning, bringing up Jalen Harden. I bring up the score. Henley leading by 14. They've definitely turned their run differential into a positive. They came into this game -3 and are without a doubt over that mark now, as that is a flare, will be a fair ball down the first base line. 1 run is going to come in and score, and a base hit for Harden makes this a 15-2 ball game. And Malcolm comes in to score. Bases remain loaded. 1 out in the inning. And in steps Shaylin Godfrey, a strikeout casualty in the 3rd inning. These Knights knocking on the door a little bit here. They're getting them on, they're getting them over. In this inning, they're getting them in. 15-2 the score. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Godfrey. North Valley this season has been the worst team in the state at the 4A level in terms of run differential. The pitch is going to come in and hit Godfrey. She reaches first, Harden to second, Hanson to third as Burton crosses the plate. Makes it a 15-3 ball game. North Valley is chipping away here, but their run differential, they have given up the most runs in the state at 284. This is coming into this game, so I guess now it'd be 289. Their run differential is minus 212. That is worst in the state. Second worst, Newport, minus 126. This goes to show you how much trouble, North Valley has had scoring runs this season. 1-16 on the year, but they are trying to climb back into this game. And that pitch missed. 2-0. The count to Caitlin Sutton, top of the order now for the Knights. She has struck out twice. And the count now 2-0. The pitch from Hudson, that one will find the zone. 2-1 to Sutton. On deck, Liliana Maxfield. Bases loaded in a 15-3 ball game. One out in the inning. Natalie Hudson trying to find her way out of it. The pitch is swung on and missed, and that'll be strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think Sutton thought that might have been strike 3 as she headed back to the dugout, but back into the box now. The 2-2 is looked at for strike 3. Second out in the inning, and in comes Liliana Maxfield. Second strikeout of the day for Natalie Hudson. Second strikeout this inning. And the 9th batter this inning for the Knights. Maxfield is 0 for 1 today. She walked in the first and struck out in the third. Hudson delivers a bunt right in front of her. Turns to first. The throw is in time, and that will retire the side. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Henley leads 15-3 on 104.3 and 960 Sports with video on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Bottom of the fourth inning, Henley leads North Valley 15-3. Due up this half inning for the Hornets, Susie Nichols, Malia Mick, and Elizabeth Powell. That is 9, 1, and 2 in the Hornets order. I will mention that coming up in May, on May 21st, the Henley football team is putting on a golf benefit. They're hosting a tournament out at Shieldcrest Golf Course. They're still looking for golfers to come on out and participate. Here's the thing that I think is kind of interesting about this whole tournament is, they're going to do some of the other things, like a long drive contest, a closest to the pin contest. Here's what I'm looking for playing into that thing, is that supposedly a Henley football player is going to be my caddy. I've never played with a caddy before. Looking forward to that. I wonder what kind of tips they're going to give me. Probably things like hit the ball better. Don't look stupid on the golf course. Things of that nature, probably pretty obvious things. As we get back into this ball game, 15-3, Henley leads, and Susie Nichols back in, doing battle against Jersey Malcolm. Malcolm misses there low. 1-0. It seems like it's taken Malcolm a couple pitches at the beginning of each inning to find a rhythm. Seems to miss low the first couple of pitches. We'll see here. That one was in the zone. It was a ground ball out to second. Sutton is up with it. The throw is not in time, and put that one in the books as another error for North Valley. And a runner on first with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. That will be the top of the order due up for the Hornets. Malia Mick. 7 errors today for North Valley. And the first pitch to Mick is looked at for strike one on the outside part of the plate. Malia Mick, so far today, 1 for 2, has walked, reached on an error, and tripled. That big triple came last inning. And she runs into one there, sends it to center field. That'll one-hop the fence. Rounding second and headed for third is Nichols, and she will get in there standing. Mick is into second standing, and a double for Malia Mick here in the fourth. Puts Nichols at third with nobody out for Elizabeth Powell. Powell today, 3 for 3. A couple of singles and a 3-run home run in the first. She also has 4 RBI today as the North Valley outfield takes a couple of steps back, waiting for Powell. The first pitch is lined into right field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Nichols is going to score. They're waving Mick around, and she'll score. Rounding second and headed for third is Powell, and she will hold up a bases-clearing triple for Elizabeth Powell. 2 more runs come across for Henley. The score 17-3. Still nobody out in the inning. Brings up Lily Fitzpatrick. 1 RBI on a single in the third for Fitzpatrick as he watches that one find the zone for strike one. Fitzpatrick otherwise has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. To this point in the ball game, she grounded out back in the 8th. Pitch to Fitzpatrick, grounded foul, 0-2. What a day for Powell, standing at third. She has got 6, count them, 6 RBIs today. She's 4 for 4 and a double away from the cycle. 0-2. The count to Lily Fitzpatrick. The pitch is hit hard on the ground on the third base line, called foul by the home plate umpire Tim Murphy. We'll do it again. 0-2. Update on the baseball game going on behind us. Henley leads North Valley 6-0. Still an 0-2 count to Fitzpatrick. And the pitch is a line drive foul right at the North Valley dugout. Do it again, 0-2. Malcolm came in as a relief pitcher today, now into her 4th inning of work. She entered the game in the first with 2 outs. Took her 1 pitch to get out of that inning, but has since given up 7 runs. The pitch is going to miss high. Nothing doing on the base paths. Powell will stay put. A ball and 2 strikes now to Fitzpatrick. The wind blowing not necessarily out to center field anymore, more so out to right field as the 1-2 pitch misses high and away, 2-2. Always seems like the wind picks up here at Henley High School. Doesn't matter where else you are in the basin. Now the wind is here as the 1-2 pitch, the 2-2 pitch is high, fouled back, still 2-2. Get you thinking about the cold fall nights that are ahead in a few months. Not to be mistaken with the summer days out here at Henley, when things really get going in another month or so. It's a great place for high school sports. The 2-2 is popped foul and will land a foul in right field. You come on out to Henley, you're bound to see a friendly face you recognize. I can look around here and spot just a couple myself. Spot former athletic director Tom Loney out here at Henley High School. 2-2, the count to Fitzpatrick. That's a ground ball. Foul. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking behind me at the baseball field, some of the folks there. I believe I see the head football coach, Alex Stork, out there, I think, for Henley High School. The 2-2 to Fitzpatrick once more. That one's going to get to the backstop. Powell will stay put. The count now 3-2 to Fitzpatrick. A long at bat for Lily. But that's nice. She's seeing some pitches, and now a full count with a runner at third and nobody out. Henley leads 17-3. The pitch is lifted in play, foul. Fitzpatrick is battling. It's a war of attrition with her and Jersey Malcolm. We'll do the 3-2 all over again. The pitch on the way from Malcolm is lifted into left field. Going back is Godfrey into foul territory, and that one will drop foul. Lily Fitzpatrick will do it again, 3-2. She is staying alive, not wanting to go down, not wanting to be the first down in the inning. It's a healthy mentality to have. And she settles in again for the full count pitch. The delivery is going to be lofted. What do you know? Foul. Still 3-2. The count to Fitzpatrick. I've lost count how many pitches have been in this at-bat. Quite a few. Can tell you that much. It has been a marathon. And she has to tie her shoes. She's been out there that long, swinging out of her shoes. Well, this game is brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness have the most understanding personal trainers you could ask for. Go check them out today, and you get half off your first month in the month of May. As finally putting one into fair territory, a ground ball into center field is going to score Powell. An RBI single for Lily Fitzpatrick gives Henley an 18-3 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Annie Campos stepping in now. She has singled, walked, and reached on an error. 1 RBI today for Campos. As nobody out. Runner at first is Fitzpatrick. And the score, 18-3. And a runner coming in for Fitzpatrick. Unsure exactly who that is. Folks down at John Bowers Construction, give them a call. The team can get your yard cleaned up and ready for spring planting. Get on their mowing and weeding maintenance schedule because John's crew is ready to make your yard look its best. You can call John Bowers Construction and Landscape Maintenance today at 541-205-1464. 541-205-1464 for John Bowers Construction. Annie Campos ready to go now. The pitch from Malcolm will miss. 1-0. On deck after Campos is Anna Harper. Campos Watches that one bounce to the plate in the dirt, 2-0. A good job by Smith Rowe. She has had her work cut out for her today, having to block pitches, having to stand up to grab them. And honestly, the standing up to grabbing them is a lot more difficult than the getting down to block. Getting down to block is a much more natural motion for a catcher. Having to get up, well, it's a natural motion, but it definitely is tougher to react to. But she's done a good job of both. The count 3-0 to Annie Campos. And the pitch is going to miss high. Annie is aboard on a walk. And that will bring up Anna Harper. Harper bats with runners at first and second. And nobody out in the inning. 18-3 the score in the bottom half of the fourth. Fitzpatrick to second. Harper today reached on an error, has flown out, and walked to this point in the ballgame. The pitch is going to miss high. 1-0. On deck, Maddie Moore. Got a couple base hits today for Maddie. As Malcolm trying to get out of this inning, give her team a shot to maybe come within 9 points and extend the ballgame. That one is going to miss low and in the dirt. Again, if a team is down by 10 runs after 5, the mercy rule goes into effect. But North Valley still trying to inch their way back into this one. Had a fine top half of the fourth where they put up 3 runs. Looking for similar numbers or better in the fifth. But you got to get out of this inning first. Another pitch in the dirt makes the count 3-0 to Anna Harper. Malcolm ready to deliver again. And the pitch will miss high. Bases loaded, nobody out. And in steps Maddie Moore. Campos to second. Fitzpatrick to third. And Maddie Moore to hit. 2 singles today and an RBI. She was also hit by a pitch in the first. Looking to get on base for 4 straight innings. The first pitch to her is a ground ball to third, snagged by Hansen, and will actually end up being foul. 0-1. The count to Maddie Moore. On the defense for North Valley, Smith Rowe behind the plate, Hansen at third, Burton at short, Sutton at second, Gasperson playing first base for North Valley today, Godfrey in left, Harden in center, and Maxfield in right. The 0-1 pitch miss high, evens the count at 1. Malcolm having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone in this inning, has walked consecutive hitters to load the bases. Fitzpatrick was already on first from a single and an RBI earlier this inning. The 1-1 will miss high as well. 2-1 to Maddie Moore. Check the score of the baseball game behind us between Henley and North Valley. The score 8-0, and Henley leads there. That pitch misses low and in. 3-1 to Moore. Malcolm has to find the zone here. Just let a ball in play, but she misses, walks in a run, makes the score 19-3. As Fitzpatrick scores, Campos to third, Harper to second, and Maddie Moore on base with a walk. And we've got a meeting in the infield for North Valley. A fine time to remind you that this game is brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. And Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty today. The score 19-3. Henley leads in the bottom of the fourth inning. Alhana Benson up now. She is singled home a run in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the second, and grounded out in the third. As she pops that one up, should stay in the infield. Malcolm calls everyone off and makes the play. There was a collision as Sutton came on a bit strong there, but the catch is made to, well, that was the first out. My apologies there. Joel Northcutt stepping in now. Northcutt, the ninth batter in this inning for the Hornets today, has reached on an error twice and struck out. 0 for 3 day for Northcutt. She watches that one miss high, 1-0 to Jewel Northcutt. Northcutt, the left-handed hitter, a chance to really sock this game away if it's not already. The pitch misses wide, 2-0. And a couple more walks would get you in the same spot. Malcolm needing to find the zone here. She's had trouble this inning. Already 3 walks this inning. The pitch from Malcolm. That one makes it to the backstop and no one moving. 3-0 the count as Campos will stay put at third. As Smith Rowe doesn't have to worry too much, I think, on the runner at third breaking for the dish. The pitch is going to find the zone. 3-1. A nice little, what seemed to be a breaking pitch there on a 3-0 count. The Northcutt dipped a little bit at the end. I think Jewel maybe wanted to swing at that one a little bit. 3-1. That one will miss. Walked in another run. 20-0. Henley leads. Campos scores. Harper to third. Moore to second. Northcutt on first now. And this brings up Susie Nichols. Nichols today, 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground out, and she reached on an error in the fourth inning. 4 walks this inning for Malcolm, and she starts out 1-0 to Nichols. And it is a tough situation for North Valley today, only traveling with 10 players. You'd think normally at this point in the ball game you would probably begin to see another pitcher warm up, but just not enough arms for North Valley today. A swing and a ground ball will be foul down the third base line. A ball and a strike. There was talk about North Valley let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's the 1-1 pitch to Nichols on the way will bounce. 2-1. And I'll double check the sourcing on this as Henley leads 20-3 over North Valley. And a 2-1 count. Make it a 3-1 count to Susie Nichols. And North Valley across many, many sports has just had trouble getting kids to come out and play. Again, I remember the boys basketball team last year. They had trouble fielding a complete team as another walk, a 5-pitch walk, makes the score 21-3 as Nichols reached base there, and they are going to make a pitching change. We'll take a break. It looks like Allison ready to come back into the game. We will take a break and come back. Score 21-3. Henley leads on 104.3 and 90 Sports. HD video on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait.
104.3, 960 Sports. Today's MyBasin.com game of the week is in the bottom of the fourth inning. 21-3, Henley softball team leading North Valley. To the top of the order now for the Hornets, it is going to be Malia Mick, who takes strike one from Haley Allison, who re-enters the game as the pitcher in relief of Jersey Malcolm, who came in relief of Haley Allison back in the first inning. The pitch from Allison is going to be lifted into left field. That one will get down foul, 0-2. And Malcolm had been pitching okay up until this fourth inning. She had given up 5 runs. But against this Henley order, that's pretty solid through 2 innings of work. Allison has come back into the game, though, after Malcolm walked 4 of 5 batters. A line drive in a center field from Mick gets down. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs in, and the Hornets now lead 23-3. And runners at second and third now, as that'll go into the books as a double for Malia Mick. And a double is all Elizabeth Powell needs to hit for the cycle as she steps in now. After Moore scored and Northcutt put Nichols at third, and Powell at the plate. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch will miss. 1-0. Powell today has walked, tripled, homered, and singled. That one will get down into left field. And she is going to try to stretch this one into a double. The throw is not in time. 2 runners score. A 2 RBI double for Elizabeth Powell gives her the cycle today, and 8 RBI. She is having a fantastic day. The score now 25-3. The pitch, time was called, and they are calling the inning, it looks like. Well, that is the case. 25-3, and Elizabeth Powell hits for the cycle in the inning as she got her double that she needed, and her team up by 22 runs. We'll be back on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD Video on MyBasin.com. Top of the 5th inning. It'll be Haley Allison, Jersey Malcolm, and Haley Burton due up for the North Valley Knights. Natalie Hudson still in the circle, and a big last half inning for Henley puts them up by 22. And that pitch comes in and hits Allison. She gets on base. That brings up Jersey Malcolm. For the Hornets, last inning. Nine runs across last inning for the Hornets as Malcolm steps in, Malcolm steps in and looks at ball one. Runner on first, nobody out. Hudson trying to close the door on North Valley this afternoon, trying to backdoor Allison, but she is back safely. Malcolm so far today walked in the fourth, grounded out in the first. The count now a ball and a strike. That one a ground ball foul. Malcolm started the game as a designated player, came in and pitched, and is now back to the designated player role after she has found herself back on the bench. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Malcolm. The pitch from Hudson looked at for ball 2, must have been low and in. In this game 1 of a 3-game set between these two schools. Games 2 and 3 will be played on a doubleheader Saturday afternoon at North Valley High School. The 2-2, a ground ball to first underneath the glove of Harper and into right field, and a base hit for Jersey Malcolm. Runner is now at first and second. Nobody out for Haley Burton. Burton has had 2 plate appearances, but no official at-bat yet. She has walked twice, came around to score in that 3-run 4th inning that the North Valley Knights had, as she watches that one miss wide. 1-0. Henley outfield shaded in just a little bit, if not just a tad toward the left side, as Hudson getting ready to deliver to Burton. A wild pitch to the backstop, 2-0, but no runners moving for North Valley, as they just got to worry about base runners at this point. They've got to score 13 runs this inning to prolong the ball game. They've got 2 on already and nobody out. That pitch misses high from Hudson. Now a 3-0 count to Haley Burton, who again has walked twice already today. She has been accustomed to watching a few go by her. The 3-0 from Natalie Hudson will miss for ball 4. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Paige Henson steps in. Henson so far today has struck out and singled home a run in the 4th inning. The freshman Hudson, second time she's had to deal with bases loaded today, again back in that 4th inning. She got out after having only allowed 3 runs. Misses there, 1-0. She's got herself a big lead, up 22. And she can afford to just go after some hitters here. The pitch on the way to Henson misses high, 2-0. On first, it's Burton. Second, it's Malcolm. Allison at third. The pitch is going to miss wide, 3-0. And Hudson in danger of walking in a run in this 5th inning. The pitch from Hudson will miss. Another run scored for the Knights. Makes it now 4-0. Nobody out for Smith Rowe. Allison comes in. Malcolm to third. Burton to second. And the pitch from Hudson will miss low. Bounce to the plate. Fitzpatrick does a nice job of staying in front of it. She's done hard work all afternoon. The sun's starting to set behind the clouds a little bit here in the South Basin. It was a beautiful 58 degrees earlier today. The wind has calmed down a little bit. And the pitch is going to miss outside, 2-0. Rowe today, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in the second and fourth inning. Runs into that one there, sends it to right field. It gets down. 1 run scores, and the Knights content to play a little station to station here as the score now 25-5 with the bases loaded and nobody out. An RBI single for Rowe. Scores Malcolm. Burton to third, Henson to second, and Jalen Harden at the plate. Harden today has struck out and walked to this point. The first pitch to her is low and in the dirt. 1-0. Hudson, after coming in relief, has had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone today. She has found the zone there. A ball and a strike. And let's see here, just in a quick tally. 7 walks for Hudson in just 1 inning pitched so far. Or pardon me, 1 1/3 inning pitch so far as the 2-1, the 1-1 missed, makes it 2-1 to Harden. Shaylin Godfrey is on deck. The pitch will miss. 3-1. Harden today singled home a run in that 4th inning, also struck out back in the 2nd. Natalie Hudson commanding the rubber. The 3-1 misses high, and that will walk in another run. 25-6. As Harden is aboard via the walk. That score is Burton, Henson to third, Rowe to second, and Shaylin Godfrey steps in, struck out, hit by a pitch to this point in the ballgame. 1 out in the top of the 5th. Henley leads 25-6. The pitch is going to miss high. 1-0. Hudson with 8 walks today. Bases loaded, and the 1-0 is lifted into left field. Going over is Benson. That one will get down in foul territory. Just a long strike one. North Valley doing exactly what they need to here. Just getting base runner. That's the way you get yourself back into a ball game. You can't hit that big 10-run home run to get yourself back into it. You just got to do it piece by piece. And the Knights have an opportunity with my mistake, nobody out in the inning. And a 2-1 count to Shaylin Godfrey. Henley baseball wrapping up behind us just a bit ago. They shut out North Valley 10-0 as Godfrey swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have coverage of games 2 and 3 of the baseball games on Saturday at the All Sports Park in Grants Pass. The 2-2 lifted into foul territory behind third base. Reaching into the North Valley dugout was Powell, but she can't squeeze that one. A good effort to try to reach over the fence. But that one falls into the North Valley dugout. It is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bases loaded. The pitch will miss high. 3-2. Three runs home this inning for North Valley. The pitch is in there for strike 3, and Hudson gets a strikeout for the first out in the 5th inning. A big one there as Godfrey goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Brings up Caitlin Sutton, who is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks this afternoon. Sutton comes out with a hoodie on Interesting that in just the different rules between baseball and softball. It's always fascinated me that you can wear a hoodie out there, but I guess it makes sense. It is a little bit chilly. I'm glad that I've got my fleece on. Ball and no strikes to Sutton. Misses 2-0. On first base for North Valley is Jalen Harden. Second, it's Saren Smith-Rowe and Paige Hansen on third. One away. The pitch finds the outside part of the plate. 2-1. Again, games 2 and 3 of this series will be played Saturday afternoon at North Valley High School. A swing and a miss for Sutton. 2-2. Count from Natalie Hudson. Fine facility over there at North Valley. Kind of tucked away, though. Can be difficult to see sometimes. A base knock into left field for Sutton. Will score one. They're waving around Godfrey to score, or Harden to score, rather. And she will. A 2-run double for Caitlin Sutton. Makes the score 25-8. Now runners at second and third, still with one out. And so that was actually Hansen and Smith-Rowe that scored. My apologies. Harden is standing on third and Sutton at second. The pitch is swung at and fouled. 0-1 to Maxfield, who has walked, struck out, and grounded out to this point in the ball game. The left-handed hitting Maxfield starting in right field today for the North Valley Knights. The pitch is a slow roller out to the pitcher. Hudson fires onto first. The throw is not in time. Safe at first, and no, they did get her. She was staying out there for a while. I thought maybe she was safe. Regardless, she does knock in a run. 1-3 on the putout. Credit her with an RBI. 25-9 the score now. And a runner at third with two outs brings up Haley Allison, who started this inning by being hit by a pitch for North Valley. An inning in which the Knights have scored 6 runs. Hudson getting ready to deliver to Allison. The pitch is going to miss wide. 1-0. Hudson delivers. Misses high. 2-0 to Allison, who has been hit by a pitch, walked, and struck out to this point in the ball game. 9 runs for North Valley this afternoon. Just 4 hits. The pitch misses outside. 3-0. Hudson in trouble again. Behind in the count. Delivers the 3-0 to Haley Allison. That one will miss. And another walk this inning for Hudson. Gives her 9 on the day. Allison is aboard. Second time via the walk, and that brings up Jersey Malcolm. Two outs in the inning. Henley one away from ending this thing. A ground ball to short. Northcutt up with it. Throw on to second. That's in time, and the ball game is over. Henley taking game 1 from North Valley 25-9 off of a brilliant pitching performance from Annie Campos and an offensive explosion in the first inning led Henley to victory today. We'll break it all down for you on the post-game show, get you an updated look at the Skyline Conference standings when we come back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
What's up?
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Final score from Henley High School today. I'll make a correction. The final score 24-9, not 25-9 like I had previously stated. Final score 24-9 today for North Valley. 9 runs on just 4 hits. They committed 7 errors and left 7 runners on base today for Henley. 24 runs on 9 base hits. No errors for the Hornets this afternoon. They left 4 runners on base today. The winning pitcher for the Hornets is Annie Campos. 3 innings pitched for Annie. No runs given up, no hits either. She walked 2 and struck out 8 through 3 innings of work. Natalie Hudson came in and cleaned up the final 2 innings. She did give up those 9 runs, all 9 of them earned against Natalie Hudson, and she walked 9 batters that allowed those 9 runs to come across. But overall, a decent day for Henley. They got to Haley Allison early, who pitched just 2/3 of an innings, gave up 9 runs. 4 of them were earned. Jersey Malcolm came in relief to pitch the next 6 innings. 15 runs against her, 7 of them earned. And Haley Allison came in and closed the door against this Henley order. She came back off the bench later on in the game and pitched just the final third of an inning. Good day for the Hornets. They get league win number 7. We'll tell you what that does to the Skyline Conference when we return. We continue the post-game show next on mybasin.com. Final this afternoon, 24-9. Henley with the win.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com. 24-9 the final score today. Henley taking care of business against North Valley, getting league win number 7. We can take a quick look now at the Skyline Conference standings. Mazama and Phoenix were playing today. Both of those teams were 6-0. Once we get a final score there, then we'll finally start to really see how the Skyline Conference is shaping up. But right now, Henley has sole possession of first place with a 7-0 league mark, 7-10 overall. Hidden Valley, Klamath Union, and North Valley are towards the bottom of the conference, and North Valley now has sole possession of the cellar in the Skyline Conference. 0-7 in conference play and 1-17 overall. Looking ahead, Henley is in 12th place in the state top 10. Mazama is in 8th. Phoenix 17th. You look and see, well, maybe there could be some movement come this time next week as we look forward to playoffs, which begin in May and finish up in June with the state championships on the way over in Salem. Always going to be a great time as we enter the second half of the Skyline Conference season. Games 2 and 3 of this series will be played on Saturday over at North Valley High School, and the series will wrap up there. After that, next week, Henley has got a challenge against Phoenix. Should be a tough game, couple of games with that team.